Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're tackling something that has made countless Yu-Gi-Oh! Players literally stare at the board in absolute confusion, the Pendulum Summon. Let's dig into the source material and see if we can finally demystify this notoriously complex mechanic together. To make sense of this, we'll follow these 6 logical steps. 1. Meet the Pendulum Monster. 2. Spells versus Monsters. 3. The Extra Deck Rule. 4. Graveyard Exceptions. 5. How to Pendulum Summon. And finally, 6. Mastering Scale Restrictions.
Section 1. Meet the Pendulum Monster.
So a Pendulum Monster is a true hybrid. It fundamentally blurs the line between a monster and a spell. You can spot them right away in your hand by their multicolored background. It's got that spell card green on the bottom, fading into another monster color right up top. And yeah, I know, they usually come with an intimidating wall of text to read, but as multifaceted tools in your main deck, they are absolutely going to change how you approach the game.
Section 2. Spells versus Monsters.
Because it's a hybrid, a Pendulum Monster actually has 2 separate effect boxes. That middle box, that's your Pendulum effect. You use this when you activate the card as an unclassified spell in the far left or far right pendulum zones. But if you just summon this card to the field like a standard monster, you ignore that middle box entirely and just use the traditional monster effect on the bottom. It's literally like having 2 entirely different cards printed on a single piece of cardboard.
Now look closely to the left and right of that middle spell box. You'll find a pair of vital numbers called Pendulum Scales. These numbers are the absolute anchor of the whole shebang. When you place Pendulum Monsters in your left and right zones, the numbers on those specific cards dictate exactly which monsters you're mathematically allowed to special summon to the field. We're going to look at that exact math in just a moment. Section 3. The Extra Deck Rule. This right here is the golden rule, and it's quite a twist. Whenever one of your Pendulum Monsters on the field would be sent to the graveyard, it miraculously escapes. Instead, you place it face up on top of your extra deck. Even if your opponent destroys it while it's acting as a spell in the Pendulum Zone, the game treats it as a destroyed monster and sends it straight to the extra deck. It's surprising, really, and it's exactly what makes these strategies so incredibly resilient.
Section 4. Graveyard Exceptions.
Of course, game mechanics always have exceptions, right? That golden extra deck rule only applies if the card is explicitly on the field. If any of these 4 specific scenarios happen, the card bypasses the extra deck entirely. Detached as Xyz material? Graveyard. Initial spell activation negated? Graveyard. Discarded directly from your hand? Or the massive Pendulum Summon itself is negated? Straight to the graveyard.
Also, keep in mind how this interacts with paying costs versus tributes. Because Pendulum Monsters naturally dodge the graveyard when they're on the field, you actually cannot use them to pay costs that specifically require sending a card from the field to the graveyard. The game just recognizes they won't actually end up there. However, if an effect simply requires you to tribute a card as a cost, you're totally fine to tribute a Pendulum Monster and it'll safely land face up right on your extra deck.
Section 5. How to Pendulum Summon.
Okay, let's take all of these mechanics and build step by step to the actual summon. During your main phase, you're going to follow this exact 4-step checklist. First, activate your pendulum cards as spells in the leftmost and rightmost zones. Second, boldly declare your once per turn pendulum summon to your opponent. Third, check those pendulum scales. And fourth, simultaneously special summon as many eligible monsters as you want from your hand, along with eligible face-up pendulum monsters from your extra deck.
Section 6. Mastering Scale Restrictions.
So, step 4 is really where the magic happens, but you absolutely must follow the math established by your scales. It's incredibly vital to understand this. You can only summon monsters whose levels are strictly in between the 2 scale numbers you've set up. You can never summon monsters with levels that are equal to the pendulum scales. For example, if you set up a scale of 1 on the left and a scale of 8 on the right, you're mathematically restricted to levels 2 through 7. A level 1 or a level 8, completely forbidden in this scenario.
Spatial placement is also super critical here. Monsters summoned from your hand can go into any normal main monster zone, but those face-up monsters coming back from the extra deck, they're restricted. They can only land in an extra monster zone or a main monster zone that a link monster is actively pointing to. Without those specific zones open, your extra deck monsters are literally stuck.
Let's lock in our final deck building rules. Special hybrids like Fusion, XYZ, or Synchro Pendulums always start face down in your extra deck. Because they're face down, they can't simply be Pendulum Summoned right away. You actually have to use their respective Fusion, XYZ, or Synchro Summoning methods first. Only later, if they're destroyed and placed face up, do they join the pendulum loop. Finally, remember that pendulums in your spell zones are unclassified spells, meaning they can never be set face down. They must always be played face up.
So with the intricate mechanics demystified and the mathematical boundaries clearly drawn, the ultimate question remains. How are you going to harness this incredible hybrid power? How will you restructure your deck to exploit these rules and totally dominate your next match? Think carefully about the math of your scales, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.